I presently
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag? And gentlemen, you can start now.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, as our moment of silent meditation tonight, let's all please keep in our thoughts and prayers all the men and women who are serving in the United States Armed Forces, both domestically and overseas, to protect us every day, every evening, for our rights, our freedom, and the freedom that we so also enjoy. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Jump the gun. Both of you jumped the gun.
Well, he said thank you. I didn't realize it was going to be the double thank you.
He was being polite.
Okay. All right, thanks. Thank you all for being here this evening for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Today's date is Wednesday, July 6, 2016, and tonight's meeting is the Town Board voting meeting. First, what we're going to do before we get started is we have some special guests with us here this evening, and there's going to be a presentation of certificates to Special Olympic recipients that are here with us tonight. The gentleman that just led us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. We have Charlie Cardillo here with us. Charlie, thanks for being here. We have Damian Kennedy. Damian, thanks for being here, Damian. And we have Shane McDonough here as well. Shane, thanks so much. And parents, thanks so much for bringing your children here tonight to receive and acknowledge the recipients that we're going to be giving them this evening. And it's really a great honor and a privilege for us to have you here to join us at our town board meeting tonight. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for attending and for all that you do. And I'm going to turn it over to Councilwoman McDonough at this time. Susie is very much involved with the Special Olympics, and it's Susie who invites everyone back every year for this special presentation and certificates to the recipients. So Susie, you want to take it over?
Yeah. Hey, guys. What I'm going to have you guys do, I just wanted to mention some of the other, there was Robert Lovett, Ian McGrath, Jonathan Purr, and Vincent Tern. They were also the other Special Olympic athletes who participated. This year they had it in Somers. And Mary and everyone, they did practices once a week, weather permitting. And the kids did absolutely amazing. And I'm actually going to, if you guys don't mind, I'm actually going to let them come up to the mic because I want them to brag a little bit about what medals you guys all got. Because it was really fun watching them pass people. And, you know, I'm very competitive, and these guys are too. But it was really good. But, you know, I just wanted to thank the parents and the coaches also, because they're the ones that make it happen. But you guys did absolutely amazing. So why doesn't Charlie, Damian, and Shane come up to the mic? I'll go up there with you. And just, you guys can tell us what you all did, okay?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thanks.
So Damian, what did you run in at the Special Olympics? What event?
I'm running and jumping and crashing.
Yep, and what medals did you win?
$4?
$4. You guys gotta pay him. Yep, you want a silver
Yes.
and a bronze.
Uh-huh.
And did you win a gold?
Yeah.
All right, good job. Can Charlie talk?
Wait.
Okay.
Enter the Special Olympics. I would not know what there is. I declare this fallen once in the United States, sending annual to the parade. Oh, you clap.
Yes.
And I like thank Los and Nehemiah.
Thank your coaches.
Thank you, coaches. Mom and Dad.
Stand right here.
And then parade. And then the for carnival.
Yep. Good job. Damian, stay up here, honey. 'Cause we're gonna give you some. All right, Charlie. No, you're over here with me. All right, Charlie. Go ahead. Go ahead, you tell, what did you run in and what sports did you do for the Special Olympics?
I got 100 meter.
Yup, and I think you won that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really close. He got the gold in that. That was really good. But they were running up and we were all like, run! And yep, he got it. And what other ones did you do?
I did 200 meter,
Yep, and what did you get in that?
the first place.
Oh, 2 golds. Yep. And what else?
And javelin,
The javelin. Good job. And what did you get with that?
second place.
Silver. Good job. All right, come on over here, buddy. Go ahead, Shane, you're up. So what did you do at the Special Olympics?
I got a gold in the long jump.
Very good. He flew through the air.
I got a silver in the 400 meter run.
Yup, very good.
And I got a bronze in the 200 meter run.
In the 200 meter run. Good job. Great. So if you guys all want to come up and hand them their certificates, and Harry, Raymond, the coaches. You guys can come on over here. All right. And they're going to give you guys something, okay? I wish you had your all your gold, silver, and bronze medals on. Could have showed it. And we have the coaches here. Yep.
Great job, guys.
For Shane.
This is for Shane McDonough. Shane, congratulations.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Yeah. Get him next year again, right?
Charlie Cardillo, congratulations, Charlie. Awesome job.
Yeah, woo!
And this is for Damian Kennedy. Damian. this is
Oh,
yours.
thank you.
Congratulations, Damian.
I'd like to thank everyone who's still new in the Washington Door grabbing it. Dad, Ryan, I could have been done without you. The rest of the doing Neil, every one of them, great job.
Damien, picture time. Come right out in front. Picture. Okay. Do you want the coaches too?
Yeah, they can stand in the back.
Yeah. Come on, man. You want to open up your, here, hold on.
Everybody can take the sound. Oh, we're out? I don't know. Everybody get it.
There you go. You're going to do it this way, Shane, so we can see your handsome face, and Charlie, see your handsome face. Little girls.
Everybody move this way a little bit. I thought he said that way. He said take a step back. One more. Shane, one more.
Good job. Where do you want them, Bob?
In or
Where,
out? Get in.
where do you want them?
Why don't you step back? Let's get people are just
Coaches and cameras are on the camera.
Come here. You're in the coach. Coaches. Yes. Get over. Yeah, because she wants to be hidden. I'm trying to pull her over.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you, America!
Thank you, guys.
Very proud. Congratulations. You did great at the mic, too.
Thank you. Thank you all, everyone. I must be thank. Ryan Corey.
Thanks, Damian.
You have the certificates, Susan, you want to give them?
Yes, give them to
the
Harry. Yes.
Okay, thank you, athletes. Thank you, parents. Thank you, coaches, for being here. This is great. We look forward to this every year. So we'd like to see this continue next year. You'll be back, and you know, hopefully you'll win gold in all the events. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks again. Susie, thank you for coordinating this and
Oh,
putting
to
this
have them come
together.
up, yeah, it's
Pre-
my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So, if you guys want to stay for the remainder of the meeting, you're welcome to. If you want to go home and you have other things. Thanks, guys.
Can I go with them?
Yeah. Make sure you get your popcorn ready.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone. Thanks again.
again.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Good night. Awesome, that's nice. Okay, next on the agenda, we have representatives of the Putnam County Department of Health with us this evening, and they are going to be giving us an overview of public awareness and education regarding the Zika virus. So it's a Zika virus update by the Department of Health, and we have Sean Rogan here, and we have Jean, a member of the Department of Health staff as well. And guys, if you want to just join me or come up to the podium, and feel free to give us your presentation on the Zika virus.
Okay,
Thanks.
well, that certainly is a tough act to follow, but we'll do our best. Supervisor Schmidt, members of the town board, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Sean Rogan. With me is Jean Ralston, one of our public health nurses. And we just thought it would be a great opportunity to make the rounds to all the different towns and provide some basic information. The papers have been providing some good educational information. As a matter of fact, a press release went out today where County Executive Mary Ellen Odell, in conjunction with our Health Commissioner, Dr. Michael Neshuat, have organized and created July 12th, which will be known as Mosquito Control Day coming up, and you probably received that information. And that's basically, like being here tonight, that's to build awareness, to allow people to have information which tells them what the risks are for Zika virus, because I think there's a lot of information in the news that people get scared from. And so I think our purpose tonight is just to give some good information, let you know where we're at and what the risks are. And so from my standpoint, which is the environmental health piece, we look towards things like mosquito control, public protection for wearing DEET and using mosquito repellent. So I'll start with what we're talking about with which mosquito we're speaking about. In the newspaper, you may have seen the mosquito called Aedes aegypti. Now the good news is we don't have that in this area. That's down south. You see that around Florida and down into some of the southern regions. So we're not worried about Aedes aegypti, thankfully. The other mosquito, which is kind of considered a bridge vector, and in essence that means that in a lab they think that it could be something to be concerned about, but they're not really sure, it hasn't been proven in nature, is Aedes albopictus, something that's called the Asian tiger mosquito. That got a lot of press when they first saw it down in Westchester and Nassau and Suffolk counties. Again, the good news, we have not found that in Putnam County. We were mosquito trapping for West Nile virus starting in 2000, after West Nile virus first came on the scene. We found one Asian tiger mosquito, Aedes albopictus, and that was in the village of Brewster. And the Putnam County Health Department joke is that we think that the doors opened on the train, the mosquito flew off the train, and then the doors closed, and that was the one that we found. So, because the trap location was very close to the train station in Brewster. We trapped for 3 years after that and never found another one. So, where is this mosquito known to be? Well, the highest or the northernmost region is somewhere down around Yonkers. And they think it's because we have all the subways and all the below ground areas for them to overwinter. That Putnam County may just be too cold for this mosquito. So the state is kind of looking at Putnam County to be one of the focal points to see where is this mosquito? Has it established itself in Putnam County? And to that end, we are trapping in all 6 towns. In fact, our trap location is very close to Town Hall. It's just down the road in Mud Pond. And we've been using that location for over 10 years as one of our surveillance sites. So we set traps weekly, we collect mosquitoes, and we send them to Albany for testing. Not only for Zika virus, but also for West Nile virus, which we know we have in Putnam County. So that's kind of the surveillance piece that the health department is engaged in. The control measures, how we protect, of course, from all the mosquitoes, is that myself and one of my colleagues, Mike Luke at the health department, many years ago we became pesticide applicators so that we can treat for public health reasons. So that means that we can go around your community, we can check the man-made containers like the catch basins in your streets, We can check them for presence of mosquitoes because we don't treat them if there's no mosquitoes present. That would be actually in conflict with our permit from DEC. And we can treat them with something that is very safe and I think very responsible. It's a microbial larvicide that we use that only targets mosquitoes. And by that I mean if we put it in a basin and there's other wildlife in there, like dragonflies or tadpoles or things, it doesn't hurt them. So it's something that we found many years ago with speaking about West Nile that was an economical and an environmentally friendly response. So in many other areas, you remember when West Nile virus broke, we talked about Westchester County had helicopters spraying all over the community, and that I'm not saying that wasn't a good idea. It just wasn't the response that Putnam County decided to do at the time. So we have the ability to do this control, and we do this as the season dictates. If it's dry like we've had, we will have people out checking the basins for mosquito larvae, and if we find them, then we have the potential to treat. The other part of this, though, is that we can't go on private property, so we can't go on someone's home and if they have a puddle of water and treat it. That's where homeowner responsibility comes into play, and that's where I think the message needs to be sent out, because we obviously can't be all things to all people. As a town board, many people would like that, but resources and manpower just don't allow that. So what we try to promote for individual residents is the idea of knowing that you can do more on your own property than the government will ever be able to do to protect you. That means that things like clogged gutters, bird baths, anything that can hold water for more than about 3 to 5 days, especially with the temperatures we see today, it would only take about 5 to 6 days for mosquitoes from the time the eggs are laid to the time they can actually go into adults and bite you. And so with warm temperatures, we're really trying to get the message out that checking your own property, and that's part of what the whole Mosquito Control Day idea is about, is promoting awareness, letting people know that you really need to be checking your property after every rain event. And for instance, on my own property, I find things like tarps that are on firewood. Something as small as a bottle cap flipped over with the cup side up is enough for mosquitoes to reproduce in. And so simply going around your own property is a great way to protect your family. People ask, well, how far do mosquitoes travel? If my neighbor doesn't protect his property, am I going to be bitten? And I guess that depends on the size of the property, but mosquitoes typically will travel upwards of about 200 yards. So if you picture 2 football fields, that distance is about how far mosquitoes may travel in their life cycle, in looking to bite people and looking to procreate. So if you can control your neighborhood, you have a great impact on protecting your health. I talked about the breeding containers, and the interesting part about that is the health department, we get many complaints about stagnant water. I was just speaking with a gentleman, with Bob here, about the foreclosure rate in Putnam County, and we see a lot of what's now called zombie houses. We see houses that it's not really apparent who the property owner is. Typically, it'll revert back to the banks, but as your building inspector knows, we have a difficult time tracking down the owners and getting property maintenance done. So when you see the tall grass on a property, you typically will find the stagnant water also, whether it's an abandoned pool, for instance, or just dilapidated properties. And this is something that I don't have a very good answer for. It's something that we work very well. I will put kudos to Mike Carnazza and his staff. You have probably one of the best building inspectors in the county, in Mike Carnazza, and he doesn't owe me a cup of coffee or anything for that. It's just that we've worked very well together our entire career, and he's good at going after those properties, finding the owners, and trying to make sure that they get maintained. So what can the average resident do? Well, they can let us know about these properties because, obviously we can't be in all places, but if we find out about them, we will try to contact the owner and we'll try to take control actions to minimize those risks. And so it really comes down to the community acting to protect themselves and letting the town know, letting Mike Carnazza's office know, or letting the health department know when they have stagnant water concerns that are off their property. And, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have from an environmental piece. Gene is going to speak more from the medical component of Zika. That's definitely not my forte, but if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to help out. And if not, the go bags, as you referenced, Supervisor Schmidt. They have some great information. They have mosquito dunks, and these kits are available to the public. We brought some for distribution to the town of Carmel. We also have some in the health department. And worth noting for public is that you can also get free mosquito dunks. And these dunks are basically the same type of product that we use in the catch basins, but they can be used by a homeowner in a container of water that isn't easy to dump over. So if they have a stagnant pool that for whatever reason they didn't get around to opening this year, they can use these dunks. You can buy them at Tractor Supply, you can buy them at Home Depot, and et cetera. And they treat the area of about, if you consider the size of a parking space, about that size. So if you have a pool, you might need 3 or 4 dunks for the pool. But they're very effective. And you can get them free from the State Department of Health. The phone number for the State Health for the mosquito dunks, if you call and leave the information, they'll send them directly to you, is 1-888-364-4723. Again, 1-888-364-4723. And I've spoken with people who have already. Wow, wonderful. Thank you. This is one of the go bags that the health department put together, and in it are some educational information about reducing stagnant water on your property. It shows some examples of that being bird baths and rain barrels. And I actually have a little water feature in our front garden in front of our house. And I noticed the other day, and we turn it on about every other day, but I noticed there were mosquito larvae in that water feature. And so if you turn it on and it circulates, that'll kill the mosquitoes because they need stale, stagnant water, calm water to be able to live. And so that's why we don't see mosquitoes in streams. We won't worry about mosquitoes in Lake Mahopac because there's wave action, there's motion. Where we do see them are in the man-made containers. So I mentioned those complaints that we get. More often than not, when someone complains to the health department, we find greater risks on their own property with things that they don't realize are stagnant water issues. This is actually 2 of the mosquito dunks. And these, again, they're pretty reasonably priced. You can get about 10 or 12 of these for, I think it's $7 or $8 at the store. But again, you can get them free from the go bags, and you can also get them free from the state health department. So I apologize, I probably took up too much time, but
You're good? No, that's fine.
thank you for your
No.
patience. And,
Thank you.
Gene.
And I just want to add, Sean, that the bags that we have available to the public, they'll be kept here in the town hall in the engineering department. If there's any residents that have a concern that there may be mosquitoes and mosquito larvae on their property, you can contact the town hall here at the engineering department, and they will provide a bag for you at no cost. And these are the bags that Sean Rogan just displayed to you. It'll have all the information in it that you will need, and the dunks contained in the bag as well. So there are sufficient bags here, but please, only if you feel that the bag is needed and the contents of the bag and the information are needed for your property and the dunks are needed for your property. There's a limited supply of the bags that we have here on hand at the town hall, but the Putnam County Health Department would make additional bags available if need be, if we run out of them. So, but they are here available to the public.
I also failed to mention there are mosquito repellent towelettes in here. Samples, of course. They're not going to treat your whole family. But the important thing there is common sense. If you find that you're outside around your house and you're being bitten by mosquitoes, well, you either go inside or you consider using an insect repellent with DEET. Be careful with small children. Obviously, you don't want them to apply it to themselves because they put their fingers in their mouth, but you want to follow the label on the insect repellent. But a good DEET-based product is a good thing to use. You just have to use it responsibly. Of course, a little bit of common sense, as we know, goes a long way. I appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you, Sean.
Hi, my name is Jean Ralston, and I am one of the nurses with Putnam County Department of Health, and I work in the communicable disease area. So I'm going to give you a brief overview on Zika, why we are so excited about it, and exactly what our role at the Department of Health is with it. So Zika is a virus. It is specifically spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, and Sean explained all of that to you. It's generally a mild illness. Red eyes, conjunctivitis, fever, achy joint, rash. Usually lasts 3 to 7 days. There is no treatment. It usually goes away by itself. What we do know is that 80% of people that, or out of 100% of people that get Zika, about 80 of them won't have any symptoms. Only 20% are symptomatic. A little bit of history about Zika. It was discovered in 1947. It seems new to us, but it has been around for a little while. It was discovered in Uganda. It's named after one of the Ugandan forests. In May of 2015, the Pacific World Health Organization issued an alert about Zika infections in Brazil. And February 1st of this year, WHO announced a public health emergency regarding Zika when we started to see all of the microcephalic babies. So how do you get Zika? There's 4 basic ways that we know of right now. What we know about Zika changes almost every day. Number 1 is through the bite of a mosquito. Number 2 is an infected mom can pass it to her fetus. It is a sexually transmitted disease. That's number 3. It can be passed from a male partner to a female partner. And it is thought to be transmitted through blood, but this is, we're still waiting on confirmation for that. So why are we so excited about Zika? Because the disease itself is not that exciting. Zika is linked to microcephaly and other abnormalities in the fetuses, and that rate we think is around 20%. Microcephaly is a brain that does not fully develop, and that is a permanent disability that will be there for the rest of that child's life. Zika is also linked to Guillain-Barré syndrome. That is a syndrome where there is paralysis. It starts at your feet and ascends your body, and it oftentimes resolves the same exact way. There's varying degrees of paralysis from mild to severe. There is no treatment for that either. Most people recover, some people, however, don't. So our messages from a public health standpoint are mostly for the pregnant women, since the fetuses are the ones that are most affected. Number 1, do not travel to an area with Zika, active Zika transmission. The CDC has a map that is updated daily. We just got a new map today with a new added country, and it shows areas of local transmission. If you are pregnant and you must go to one of these areas, we urge you to try to prevent mosquito bites, and we do that with DEET, by staying inside, by covering your body, using air conditioning. We also recommend that pregnant women do not have unprotected sex with a male partner that has traveled to an area with active Zika transmission. Testing. Testing, there are eligibility criteria for testing currently in New York State. All pregnant women that have traveled to an area or had unprotected sex with a partner that has traveled to an area with active Zika transmission are eligible for testing. Any person that has been to an area, male or female, and the female does not need to be pregnant, if they have signs or symptoms of Zika, they are also eligible for testing. And any person that presents with a travel history with the symptoms of Guillain-Barré syndrome are eligible for testing. So Putnam County, we facilitate the testing. There's a 3-page questionnaire that has to be filled out online through the New York State Department of Health that we help to do. So physicians call us, the public calls us. We answer as many questions as we can about the disease and about the testing and the interpretation of the results. And then, of course, our last job is always to educate the community about how to reduce mosquito breeding in the community, and that was all of Sean's piece. Putnam County website has the CDC link as well as the New York State link, putnamcountyny.gov. You just scroll down to the Zika, click on that. As I said, the information changes daily, so we strongly recommend people just keep checking if they have questions. And just so you have an idea of the numbers, these are from the CDC. As of 6/29/2016, there are 934 travel-associated cases within the continental U.S. Within the U.S. territories, locally acquired 2,020 cases. For New York State, and New York State has the highest Zika count out of all the states within the continental U.S., we have 344 travel-related cases, and 270 of those were within New York City. Any questions we can answer for you?
Anyone? Susie? Any questions? John?
Okay.
No?
Sean and I thank
good,
you
yeah.
for your
Pretty good
time.
job covering it.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and covering this.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks again, guys, appreciate it. So July 12th is set as Mosquito Control Day in Putnam County.
That's correct.
All right, we'll get the word out.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
your
Have a
time.
great,
Appreciate
yep. Bye now. Okay, now we're going to go on to the actual voting portion of the meeting. First item is to accept town board minutes of June 8th, 2016. I need a motion to accept.
So moved.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, first item on the agenda is it's a resolution accepting a proposal for the Lake Mahopac Garden Club for the Blue Star Garden Memorial. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 1, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Director of Recreation and Parks James R. Gilchrist, hereby accepts the proposal of Whispering Pine Garden Center and Florist, Mahopac, New York, to construct improvements at the Lake Mahopac Garden Club Blue Star Garden Site located on Route 6 and Mount Hope Road in accordance with the proposal dated June 10th, 2016, at a cost not to exceed $6,500, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation reasonably necessary to effectuate the work authorized hereunder, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
So, second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And I just want to express our thanks from the town board to the ladies of the Mahopac Garden Club for all the special work that they do in beautifying Mahopac and Carmel. They do a great job, and it's really the ladies that of the Garden Club that brought this forward to do the renovations and the repairs over at the Blue Star Memorial at Route 6 and Mount Hope Road. So I want to thank them for all their work that they do, their dedication and commitment to keeping the town of Carmel beautiful. And Ann, I know you're a member of the Garden Club, so thank you so much, and please let the ladies know we thank them and appreciate all their hard work and effort. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 2, is a resolution dedicating Camarda Park dugouts. Councilman Lombardi, would you read number 2?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel upon the request and recommendation of Carmel Sports Association, as well as upon the recommendation of the Town of Carmel, Director of Recreation and Parks, James L. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes and directs the permanent dedication of the baseball dugouts at Camarda Park to the memories of Tom Sullivan, Donna Sullivan, Megan Sullivan, and Mairead Sullivan in recognition of the tragic events of May 1, 2012. And be it further resolved that each such dugout shall be respectively adorned with a memorial plaque recognizing the respective Sullivan family member who perished on that tragic day. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by, why don't we second it by the entire board? Ann? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution releasing a bond for tax map number 64.8-1-19, Infantino, 52 Split Rock Road. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read number 3?
Whereas application has been made by Thomas Infantino for the total release of a site plan bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations of the Town of Carmel for tax map number 64.8-1-19 and 20 and 21 located at 52 Split Rock Road. And whereas said application has been reviewed by Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., and release of the bond has been recommended and approved by the Town Engineer and the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the release of the site plan bond posted for tax map number 64.8-1-19 and 20 and 21, Mahopac National Bank Letter of Credit, account number 401000788, in the amount of $11,400. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution authorizing the awarding of a bid for the Sycamore Park Court rehabilitation. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 4?
Sure, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for rehabilitation of certain courts and facilities at Sycamore Park in the Town of Carmel, and whereas such bids were received and opened by Town Clerk Ann M. Spotford on June 2nd, 2016, and whereas Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has recommended the awarding of the bid as follows. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby awards the bids for contract C-230 Sycamore Park Court Rehabilitation to Sport Tech Construction, Brewster, New York, the lowest responsible bidder who met specifications at a cost not to exceed $141,713. All of these commas. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of performance bond, labor and materials bond, and insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation reasonably necessary to effectuate the contract for the work authorized hereunder. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci and Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution authorizing encumbrance and expenditure of funds from the Parkland Trust Fund for the court rehabilitation project at Sycamore Park. Councilman Schneider, number 5, please.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the expenditure of up to $30,000 from the Parkland Trust Fund for the rehabilitation of the 2 lower courts at Sycamore Park, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all budget transfers or modifications necessary in connection with this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution making an appointment to the Town of Carmel Lake Secor Park District Advisory Board. Councilman Lombardi, number 6, please.
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby appoints Brianna Byrne to the Town of Carmel Lake Secor Park District Advisory Board, commencing immediately and serves at the pleasure of the Town Board. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution adopting and amending the Town of Carmel organizational chart. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 7, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby adopts and ratifies the Town of Carmel organizational chart as revised on June 22nd, 2016, in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof effectively immediately. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution accepting a proposal for the software service in the Town of Carmel Police Department. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read number 8, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Chief of Police Michael Kazari, hereby accepts the proposal of Impact Group, Farmingdale, New York, perform the addition of Carmel Police Department patrol locations and GPS data to the County 911 Center mapping software in accordance with the proposal dated May 16, 2016, and at a cost not to exceed $5,100. And be further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Ken Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation reasonably necessary to effectuate the work authorized hereunder. And be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 9, is a resolution authorizing the mailing of the Lake Cassie Park District newsletter. Councilman Schneider, would you read 9, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as the Commissioners of the Lake Cassie Park District, hereby authorizes the mailing to all properties within the district of the July 2016 quarterly newsletter prepared by the Lake Cassie Park District Committee, and that the cost thereof be charged as a district expense. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried on that one. Thank you. Okay, the 10th and final resolution this evening is a resolution declaring intent to serve as a secret lead agency for Community Recreation Center at Sycamore Park. Councilman Lombardi, would you 10, please?
Sure. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has commissioned the design of a project known as Community Recreation Center at Sycamore Park in the Town of Carmel, and whereas in accordance with the provisions of 6 NYCRR Part 617, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel intends to serve as lead agency for seeker review of this action, and in this capacity intends to determine if the project will have a significant effect upon the environment. And whereas it is the intention of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel to conduct a coordinated review of this action, now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby designates its intention to serve as lead agency for the seeker coordinated review of this action. And it be further resolved that the Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and directed to circulate a notice of intention to serve as lead agency, along with a draft environmental assessment form and associated documents, to all involved agencies who shall be given 30 days from the mailing of said notice and intent to serve as lead agency to challenge the Town Board determination in this regard. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, that completes the agenda items for this evening's Town Board voting meeting. Is there any members of the public that would like to come up and comment on any of the agenda items we covered this evening during our voting meeting? Okay, there being none, is there any members of the public that would like to come up and discuss with the Town Board any new business or town-related business? You must be a resident, property owner, or taxpayer to address the board during this public comment portion of the meeting. Okay, there being none, we just have a couple of announcements. Susie, do you want to announce the concert series
sure.
again?
Yeah, actually, I went to the one last week, Thursday night. It was the country band. It was really awesome. I actually bought a cowgirl hat. Had to play the part. So the next one is, where are we? July 14th. It's the Saints Band, which is a classic R&B. Again, this is the Sunset Concert Series at the Mapac Chamber Park. And July 14th is the Saints Band. July 21st, Dynamite, Die in the Destruction, which is rock and roll. July 28th, Kenny's Favorite, Andrea and the Armenian Rug Riders. August 4th, Stonehill Band, and August 2nd, the Mighty Conquerors. They start, I believe, at 7 o'clock, and it's a fun time. So it's their Thursdays, starting at 7 at the Mahopac Chamber Park.
Yeah, Susie, I have to agree with you. Last Thursday night's band was, you didn't see me there, but I was
They were
around. It was really,
unbelievable.
yeah, they were amazing.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that actually attended it was
Yes.
probably a couple hundred
Yeah.
that, you know, with their chairs and their blankets and things like that.
Yeah.
So the people came out and they really enjoyed themselves, and they listened to a great band perform, so.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
Hopefully
I
more
would
people
encourage
will
the
come.
residents to come out.
Yeah, it's
You
free,
know-
it's beautiful. The ice cream truck is there.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
again, you said it is free.
Yeah.
And come out and relax, bring your families out, enjoy yourselves. It's
Yeah.
all summer long, and we'll continue to announce the dates and the names of the bands as they come up. So it's a great time for everyone, and it's really a good family event. That's all the announcements that we have,
Oh,
unless Jonathan or Frank, do you have anything? No?
Don't forget, the parade is tomorrow night.
Parade's tomorrow night. Yeah, the Mahopac Volunteer Fire
Peppers.
Department's annual parade starts tomorrow evening, and I believe the parade kicks off at 7 o'clock, as it has done in the past. It starts on Route 6 over between Crossroads Deli and Cherry Lane, and it marches east on Route 6, or north, some people would call it, on Route 6 towards the fire department. That's where it ends. Then the carnival starts immediately after the parade. So it's a really great family event. The weather's going to be nice. It's going to be warm, which is good for this time of year. I guess we're in summertime. And a lot of people come out for the parade, so.
I know what my dinner is tomorrow night.
It's a great-
Sausage, pepper, and onions.
Sausage, peppers, and onions. They have the best sausage, peppers, and
Yeah.
onions in all of Putnam County. They really do.
Yeah, they
A
do.
lot of people look forward to this time of year when the carnival starts, and, you know, it's great for the kids, too. So parade tomorrow night. It's the 102nd Fire Department parade, I believe it is, anniversary year. So great time. A lot of people are going to come out and enjoy themselves, and I'd encourage everybody to do the same. I think that's it. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great July 4th weekend. The weather was really nice for that as well. I believe it was the 240th commemoration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 240th. So, yeah, it was a great year, a lot of fireworks. The weather cooperated, so I hope everybody really had a good time with their families, barbecued a lot, and just enjoyed each other's company. So it was a great weekend for that as well. We do have executive session tonight. There's 2 items. One is with Police Chief Mike Kazari and Lieutenant Dearman to discuss police personnel. And the second item was with Edie McCarthy, the assessor consultant for the town of Carmel. She's going to be providing the board with an update on the Visions contract for the revaluation project that's ongoing in the town of Carmel. So we're going to be closing the meeting from executive session. We're not coming back out. The next time we meet is next Wednesday, July 13th, and that's for a town board work session. That's also at 7 p.m. So I need a motion to go into executive session. So moved by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Good night, everyone. Be well. We'll see you next Wednesday, July 13th, 7 p.m.